Is this controversial star AEW bound? But first, did WWE just tease a CM Punk return yet again? Following his termination from AEW last month, there's been ongoing speculation about CM Punk's future in the wrestling industry. A significant portion of fans have wondered if the Second City Saint might consider a return to WWE, the organization that he parted ways with nearly a decade ago under less than friendly circumstances. Well, more fuel has been poured on the CM Punk WWE rumor fire, as on last night's episode of Monday Night Raw, there would be yet another potential clue as to his arrival. During an in-ring interview segment, WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins would appear alongside commentator Michael Cole, who referred to the Visionary as a manipulator or puppeteer, adding that this time around, he's actually the puppet. Longtime fans would draw parallels between this wording and a classic Ring of Honor promo by the then departing CM Punk, where he likened the fans to puppets that fell for his tricks after winning the ROH World Championship. Whilst in a vacuum, the puppet comments might not seem significant in relation to Punk. This isn't the only indirect mention that's caught attention. In a prior segment last week, Seth Rollins stated that he will be known as the best in the world when he defeats the King of Strong Style at FASTLANE this weekend, a moniker frequently associated with Punk. Rollins has long pushed for a CM Punk match over the years, most significantly when the latter joined the WWE Backstage show for Fox in 2019, with Seth regularly taking to social media to persuade the host to fight him, although this never materialized into an angle. More recently, Rollins was heard calling Punk a cancer during an interview with Nick Hausman, ordering him to stay away from WWE, although at the same time he has often cited the straight edge superstar as one of his main influences when getting into wrestling in the first place, with the comments very much feeling in character and far away from his true feelings towards his potential upcoming opponent. Adding to the speculation, Punk's own comments during an MMA commentary stint got people talking when he teased that he'll be having some downtime over the next 2 months, hinting that there was something in the works at the end of that time, which just so happens to align with the upcoming Survivor Series event in his hometown of Chicago. It's safe to say that the CM Punk to WWE rumors aren't going to slow down heading into November 25th, with WWE only sparking more speculation as the weeks roll on. And next up, the identity of a mystery AEW voice has been revealed. This past Sunday night at AEW Wrestle Dream, Adam Copeland would make his All Elite Wrestling debut when he came to the aid of Darby Allin and Sting, who were on the end of a beatdown at the hands of Nick Wayne, Luchasaurus, and Adam's longtime tag team partner Christian Cage. One of the most notable aspects of his arrival was his use of the infamous Metalingus entrance song by Alter Bridge, which included the You Think You Know Me introduction, albeit with a different voice from the WWE version of the song. With that said, Chris Muller of Bleacher Report has done some digging in order to find out the identity of the female behind the voiceover, with him revealing that it's actually somebody very close to the Rated R superstar. He would note that the voice in fact belongs to Copeland's real-life wife and fellow Hall of Famer, and Chris would take to X to write, "I don't know if this counts as breaking news or whatever, but I was able to confirm with him today that not only is the voice at the beginning of Adam Copeland's AEW entrance music that of Beth Phoenix, but that it was Edge and Beth who recorded the clip themselves." The news does bring into question Beth's contract status with WWE, with her recently appearing for the company on a part-time basis, most recently in February 2023, where she and Edge would defeat the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley in tag team action. Whilst the length of time between her last match and now does seem to suggest that she might not be under contract as an active performer, it should be noted that there is a Beth Phoenix WWE action figure in the works based on her look from the Royal Rumble event earlier this year, something that would only usually happen for talents under some kind of Legends contract. However, it appears that this didn't prevent her from doing a voiceover for AEW. Adam Copeland was actually asked about a potential Beth Phoenix appearance in AEW in the near future at the Wrestle Dream Media Scrum, although he would rule this out, at least for the time being, and he would say,
I mean, anytime I get to be close to Beth, obviously I'm going to, be pretty, super excited about that. I don't know about the possibilities of that in the foreseeable. I love being around her, obviously. And we've had a blast when we did get to work together. But where she will be instrumental without anyone knowing it is she's my sounding board. So if you've seen me do something or you see something that you think worked, it was always bounced off Beth, and then she always gives me better ideas back. It's kind of amazing to be married to a Hall of Famer.
Next up, has Jade Cargill's WWE brand just been revealed? Jade Cargill has been gaining traction following her AEW departure, with her recent move to WWE being much hyped by the promotion before her official debut. On top of an article on ESPN that officially broke the news, WWE have promoted their newest signing on social media, with the likes of Triple H commenting on her ability, with Michael Cole even taking to SmackDown last week to discuss her arrival over the top of a series of images taken at the Performance Center. One of the questions that still surrounds Cargill is which brand she will land on when her television debut comes around, with recent reports revealing that the main roster is the most likely destination. With that said, Jade would take to X to tease an appearance on Monday Night Raw during last night's episode, and she would write, "So fans, who should be my first victim? Because you all know Jade Cargill is big on charity. Just standing next to me is a blessing. So let me help you out, my first victim. #WWE Raw." Whilst the remarks don't necessarily confirm that Cargill is Raw bound, it's certainly a suggestion that a main roster debut could be in the works in the near future. And next up, the WWE signing of a former AEW talent has been confirmed. On last week's episode of NXT, as well as this past Saturday's NXT No Mercy Premium Live event, vignettes would air to seemingly hype up the impending debut of Brian Pillman Jr., this following reports that he'd signed with WWE following the expiration of his AEW contract in July. Whilst the impending debut was all but confirmed, WWE's broadcast partner, the USA Network, would take to their website last night to confirm Pillman is the one behind the videos, with them having heavy praise for the company's decision to sign another name from the quote competition. And the article notes, "The rumors are true. Brian Pillman Jr. is the latest pro wrestling prodigy to make the jump to WWE. Following in the footsteps of megastar in the making Jade Cargill is Pillman Jr., who eagle-eyed members of the WWE Universe noticed making a blink and you missed it appearance during NXT No Mercy on September 30. It's yet another savvy signing by WWE as they pluck yet another aspiring superstar away from the competition and welcome another world-class athlete to the WWE locker room. Here's why the WWE Universe should be excited for the eventual in-ring debut of Brian Pillman Jr. The article is the first official confirmation we've had that Brian is now an active part of the WWE Performance Center roster, with him now heading to the NXT arena at some stage in the weeks ahead, and perhaps as soon as tonight. And next, a huge title match has been added to WWE FASTLANE. Now let's get to yet another story coming out of last night's episode of Monday Night Raw, where Rhea Ripley addressed Dominic Mysterio about the loss of his NXT North American Championship at NXT No Mercy this past weekend. During their conversation, Ripley would express concern about recent disagreements within the Judgment Day, before Damian Priest responded by pointing out that he still holds his titles and his Money in the Bank contract, questioning the whereabouts of Dominic's belt. In response, Ripley informed Mysterio that she had arranged a championship rematch against Trick Williams on this weekend's episode of NXT, emphasizing the importance of winning, suggesting that if he doesn't bring back the gold, his position with her and within the group could be in jeopardy. Jey Uso then made his presence felt, leading to a brawl before Cody Rhodes stepped in, assisting Uso against Priest, Mysterio and JD McDonough from Judgment Day. Following the altercation, it was then announced that Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes will team up to face Priest and Finn Balor for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship at the upcoming Fastlane event this Saturday night. Next up is this controversial star, AEW bound. Later this month, former Bellator fighter Dylan Dennis will find himself inside a boxing ring with current WWE superstar Logan Paul, this on the upcoming Misfits Prime card in Manchester, England on October 14th. In the build-up to the fight, Dennis has taken to social media to drag up the past of Logan's fiancée Nina Agdal, with him posting several photographs of her with a variety of different men, so much so that Nina has been granted a restraining order whilst suing Dylan for defamation following various claims he's made in order to get to his opponent. It's safe to say that the bout is now more than personal between the two men. It seems that Dennis isn't stopping there, however, as when appearing on Ariel Helwani's MMA Hour last night, Paul's opponent would suggest that he wants to make an appearance on AEW television in a promo segment with AEW World Champion MJF, this to give a boost to the competition of Logan's wrestling employer. And he would note,
do you know anybody from AEW?
Yeah, that's my boy Tony Khan, the Snowman.
You know, I want to do the rival because he's in WWE. I want to make an appearance against MJF. We've been trying to work on it, and actually, it might happen.
You
But I
think
don't know.
so?
But now at the time, we've been trying to work on it.
Why do you want to do? They were just in Queens.
I love ripping MJF. Oh,
Why?
So good. Me and him, imagine. That'd be great. He probably. I mean, he's
I like
been on the mic.
MJF.
Me too. That's why I want to do
But they
it.
were just in Queens.
I don't know why. I don't know Tony Khan. I don't
You
know
don't
anybody
know?
there. I don't.
John couldn't have hooked it up.
No one knows Tony Khan from Paradigm.
Yeah.
I would love to do that, and it's perfect because it's AEW, WWE.
Dennis, who is a known wrestling fan and is often spotted wearing classic wrestling t-shirts, would joke that the current WWE locker room gives swirlies to Logan when he's in attendance at shows, adding that nobody likes him in the company, and he would say,
Why do you want to go against WWE?
I don't want to go against it, but I just think that
You were
for
just
them,
taking
it's-
pictures with Triple H. They
I
had
love
you
wrestling.
backstage.
I love
Why
the
go to
attitude
the-
era. Fuck,
Why don't you go to WWE?
Logan's part of the Karen era.
Oh, I see.
I like the old school guys, like Rey Mysterio and all the guys. Dude, they love me. They were all back there like, yo, Logan, no one likes him. We give him swirlies in the back. Triple H even said that to me.
He didn't put it on the
He was there.
put on. But what do you mean they're giving you swirlies?
He's
I've
his
been in the
picture.
back with Logan.
Yeah, you get swirlies too. You guys are
Yeah,
both fucking
right.
two in hand.
Whilst it remains to be seen if the interest is mutual from AEW's standpoint, it's hard to argue that an appearance on AEW Dynamite from Dylan Dennis would do some ratings for the company based on the social media engagement he's been generating in Logan Paul's name as of late, particularly if he goes in hard on the current WWE superstar. But do you think Tony Khan should give Dennis some mic time in order to run down one of the competition's biggest stars? Let me know in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you check out what's next for the WWE releases of September 2023.